How long does a reverse 1031 exchange take? A reverse 1031 exchange must be completed within 180 calendar days from the initial purchase of the replacement property. What are the key time frames involved in a reverse 1031 exchange? So the process involves two critical time frames. The first one is the 180-day completion period. The investor have a total of 180 days from the day the replacement property is purchased to sell the relinquished property and complete the exchange. This period is strictly enforced by the IRS, and missing this deadline can result in the exchange not qualify for tax deferral. The second one is a 45-day identification period. Although not always necessary in a reverse exchange, some investors will use 45 days identification period to identify the relinquished property. In a forward exchange, this period is crucial for identifying potential replacement properties. What steps are involved in a reverse 1031 exchange? The reverse 1031 exchange process involves several steps, each contributing to the overall timeline. First is the purchase of the replacement property. The process begins with the acquisition of the replacement property, often facilitated through an exchange accommodation title holder EAT. Second thing is relinquished property identification. Although not formally required, identifying the relinquished properties helps streamline the process and ensure compliance. Third is structuring the exchange. So work with a qualified intermediary and legal advisor to structure the exchange, prepare necessary documentation, and transfer the title of the replacement property to the EAT. Fourth is marketing and selling the relinquished property. The relinquished property must be marketed and sold within the 180 days period. Fifth is completing the exchange. Upon selling the relinquished property, the proceeds are used to finalize the exchange, transferring ownership of the replacement property from the EAT to the investor. Next question, we want to know what factor can affect the duration of the reverse 1031 exchange. So there are several factors that can influence how long the process takes. First is the market condition, of course, right? So in a competitive real estate market, selling the relinquished property within a 180-day period can be challenging. The second thing is financing and cash availability. So securing financing or having sufficient cash for the replacement property can impact the timeline. Third is property type and location. So the complexity and location of the properties involved can affect how quickly transaction can be completed. Fourth is the coordination with service provider. So efficient coordination with qualified intermediaries, legal advisor, and the EAT is crucial for meeting deadlines. Fifth is state-specific regulation. So state-specific rules and transfer taxes can add to the complexity and duration of the process. Can the 180 days deadline be extended? No, the IRS does not allow extension for the 180-day deadline in a reverse 1031 exchange. The completion period is strictly enforced, and failure to meet the deadline can result in disqualification from the tax deferral benefits. How can investors ensure that they complete a reverse 1031 exchange on time? There are certain things that you can do. First of all is early planning. You want to start planning the exchange as early as possible to allow sufficient time for each step. Second is you want to work with an experienced professionals. So engage qualified intermediaries, legal advisor, and real estate agent who have experience with reverse exchanges will help. Other thing you can do is monitoring deadlines. So keep a close watch on all deadlines and ensure all parties involved are aware of the 180 days requirement. The last but not least is to prepare for contingencies. So have contingency plan in play for potential delays such as financing issue or market fluctuations. And maybe have an exit strategy also help. Like what if your exchange failed, right? So what are you going to do with the having two property? What do you have a plan with that? So let's move on to our next question.